This is what we're going to make today. It's a quarter scale for my sawmill, and as you raise and lower the sawmill, this shows you where the blade is in relation to the bed of the mill. So like if I were to cut this right now, I would cut a board that is 2 1/4 inches thick, and as you raise it and lower it, it changes the thickness of the board. So I've actually got my numbers on here upside down. This is what happens when you make your own stuff. But in other words, if I want to cut 3/4 inch boards, I just put this mark on each one of these marks going up, and I'll wind up with 3/4 inch boards, because you have to allow for the kerf, and I allow a 1/8 of an inch kerf, so these are actually 7/8 apart, and then this is for 1 inch, 1.5 inches, and 2 inch. You can buy these readily made, but they're in reverse order because most of them are actually mounted differently than this one, but this is what I need for my sawmill. So if you want to make your own quarter scale to whatever scale you want, I'm going to show you how I did this. Now this is the pointer to show you where you are. It's just a piece of plexiglass, and you scribe a line on it, and then I filled in the line with a red Sharpie, and that gives you that nice red line there, and then attached it to a piece of angle bracket, and then clamped that to another piece of angle iron that I welded to the frame there. Let's get in the shop and I'll show you how I made the scale. So I took a Harbor Freight ruler that is, it's 1 5/8 inches wide, and then it's 48 inches long, as you can see there. This is where I was testing the colors to see how dark they were. But I just took a piece of masking tape and went right over the top of all the original yardstick measurements, covered that, and then I sprayed it with a semi-gloss, or you could use a matte too, white spray paint. Now it takes a lot of coats to cover all the rest of the, there was like centimeters and all that stuff on here, so I was trying to cover that up to give me a nice white ledger in order to put in my markings. So with that masking tape there, I sprayed it with white spray paint, and it takes a lot of white coats in order to actually cover anything. So I don't know, I think I did 4 or 5, maybe 6 coats of white spray paint until I couldn't see through it anymore. I came back with these ultra fine Sharpies, and I made, these are at 300 thousandths each thickness of each column. So I marked it at 300 and 300 and 300, and then I took a yardstick and clamped it on here and ran the black down the side of the yardstick, which gave me the columns, and then took a little square and put it across here in order to mark my horizontal lines, which they're vertical right this second, but they will be horizontal when I hang them up, all the way down. So for the 3/4, you just have to figure out what your saw needs, but I add 1/8 of an inch to make sure I've got enough for the kerf of the saw blade, and so for 3/4 I did 7/8, and so it's just 7/8 plus 7/8 plus 7/8 plus 7/8, and then this is 1 inch, so it's 1 1/8 plus 1 1/8 plus 1 1/8, and you just work your way down, and then a 1 1/2 and a 2 inch, and those are the ones that I thought I might use, so that's why I included those. So after the white dried for a couple of days and I got all the markings on there with the Sharpies, I then came back and I did a clear coat, and I used Krylon Color Master Cover Max Clear. I used a satin because I didn't want to glare on it when I'm outside. And I did sort of a mist coat on here first. I was worried that the Sharpie might run, but it didn't run at all. But I just sort of misted it the first couple of times, and then I came back and started putting heavier coats on there, and it did just great. All right, well, I hope that was interesting to you. Thank you for watching.